Welcome to the Journey Mindfulness podcast. My name is Jim O'Neill. I will be the host of this shindig for however long it lasts. Uh, my private practice is called Journey Mindfulness, and mindfulness has played a major role in my life for the last decade or so. Um, so, my hope with this is to share things that I've learned in my experience. Some might even call that wisdom, or just a collection of failures that I've learned from. It's all perspective. Uh, but I'll define mindfulness as that might be helpful. So, mindfulness, classically defined, is the awareness that arises when you pay attention on purpose and non judgmentally. So, it's choosing where you place your focus. And if there's one thing that we know, where your attention goes, your energy flows. So when you have an idea, for example, if you pour your energy into that idea, it'll come to fruition typically because you are throwing your effort behind something. Um, so it's very important to pay attention to where you are placing your attention. Typically, when we're not present, our mind can be in the future or the past. That can lead to a level of dissatisfaction, which can lead to suffering that could look like anxiety or depression. So if your mind is going into the past, like remembering the good old days and how good it used to be and how crappy it is now, that's more of a depressive type thing. So mind wandering, unintentional mind wandering in the past, depression. Unintentional mind wandering in the future, what if no one likes this video? What if no one likes you? What if something goes wrong? What if the shoe drops? All of those things, or catastrophic thinking, those are all future thoughts. And typically with unintentional thoughts, they skew negative. So when they skew negative, that can be dysfunctional, right? They're more negative. So if you want to conquer the anxiety of life, live in the moment, live in the breath. The breath helps you focus your attention in this moment. And every moment is a new beginning. So, one way to think about it is that each breath is a new moment, each moment a new beginning. Tich Nhat Hanh, every day, right? Being grateful to be alive every day, 24 brand new hours, um, is one way to think about it. Can I be grateful for today? Can I choose today to make it count, um, to bring joy into my life, to not be angry, to um, think about things that you are grateful for, having a practice of gratitude, which is, also a part of mindfulness, but just really in mental health, just it's like brushing your teeth. It's just something that is incredibly powerful, having a gratitude practice. But being intentional about that, being sincere, feeling those emotions. When you are thinking about something that's very special to you, it'll make you feel a certain way. You'll feel that in your body. One of the foundational practices of mindfulness is the body scan. It's tuning into your body because that is where your stress is held. That's where you feel emotions. A lot of times we have basic reactions, especially for guys, right? Like, fight, flight, or freeze, but I'll add fake. How many times has someone asked you, how are you doing? And maybe they mean it, maybe they don't, but you just say, I'm good. That's faking it, or it can be faking it. Maybe you are good. And if it is true, then that's great. So being in the moment is very helpful. Paying attention to the quality of your thoughts. You have up to 60,000 thoughts a day. Your mind is constantly thinking. Your attention is very fickle. It's very hard to pay attention and it's very hard to focus. So it takes an effort. It takes a discipline. It's like going to the gym. If you want to increase your muscle size or get into shape, you have to work out. They don't just get bigger. You don't just lose weight, right? You have to put some energy and effort into it. It's the same thing with your mind. And if you don't discipline your mind will discipline you. You will notice this very often with people staring at their phones or endlessly scrolling through social media. It is very easy to waste a lot of time staring at that screen. And if you're doing that, you're probably feeling a certain kind of way. It's influencing you. And if you're not in charge of where your attention is going, then you're allowing that to happen. And that's something that you can change. Uh, One thing that you need to learn about mindfulness is it tunes you into yourself, your body, right? So the awareness that arises when you are paying attention, you start to pay attention, you will start to notice the things in your life that are good and maybe the things that you would like to change. Maybe there are things that you'd like to change that you hadn't even thought of. Working with stress, you realize that stress is held in the body. And if you haven't paid attention to your body or you find it hard to tune into your body, you'll start to notice insights pop up. So mindfulness is an insight meditation. When you do a body scan, you're essentially doing your own mental MRI. You are tuning into the sensations of your body where you store stress. And by concentrating your attention on those physical sensations or things that show up, you will start to identify stressors in your life that you probably are not aware of. So these are things that are subconscious, right? They're not on the forefront of your mind. Which, if it's not on your mind, right, like how are you going to deal with them? And it can be scary to look inward and take a look at certain things or examine, behaviors that we have that we don't like or relationships that we have that maybe they're good, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're relationships that are toxic or not healthy. How do we establish maybe healthier boundaries around those things? Um, and so when you tune in your body, the body keeps the score. Your body will not lie to you. And I'll repeat that. Your body is not going to lie to you. We can lie to ourselves. That can be hard for people to realize. We tell ourselves lies sometimes. Um, and it can be hard to accept that that can be the case. But your body will not lie to you. How are you feeling? If someone asked me that question, mentally, I can have a thought like, I think I'm doing pretty good, but maybe I'm not. If I'm being honest with you, I will take a moment and tune into myself. What am I feeling? I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety talking in front of a camera. This is not something that's pleasant for me. It's something that's unpleasant for me, and it gives me a little bit of fear, a little bit of doubt, some excitement too. The other side of that coin is I'm doing this for a reason, um, but taking a risk as well, right? So paying attention to what I'm feeling now and not sugarcoating it. So being honest with myself about that. Mindfulness is one way that you can do that. Tuning into your body and your sensations and feeling what is there to be felt. So there's a lot in there. and then learning how to relate to yourself in a kind and compassionate way. Um, Not being afraid to take a look at your life, take a look at your behaviors, take a look at your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindset, and see what you want to tweak. If anything, maybe you're doing really well, and you just kind of want to level up. Like that. I love that. I'm super successful. I want some relationships to be better than they are, or I want my business to exceed this, or my game, my sport, my performance to get to another level. Whatever that is for you, that's fantastic. But paying attention to what's going on in your life will be life changing. And no matter what you've ever done in your life, we all go through things. I've been through divorce. These are major life changing things that can be very difficult to go through, no matter what your situation is now or what you've gone through, whether, you've had some type of trauma, failures, anything at all, you can get up, right? I'm not even sure if it makes even sense, but like one of my favorite Japanese proverbs is, fall down 7 times, get up 8. That's possible. That is an excellent philosophy to have in your mindset. You know, you're going to fall down, but you can also cultivate that voice in your head that says, hey, man, you get back up, be kind to yourself. Um, Developing a healthy mindset with self compassion, meeting difficulty with kindness, taking a look at the fears that you have in your life or the doubts that you have in your life, the thoughts that you have that are helpful or not helpful, and starting to feed the wolf that is helpful. If you can do that and you choose to do that, right? Because where your attention goes, your energy flows, then you can be successful. Whatever that means to you, you have that power. And it's really important that you know that you matter. Your life matters. You're here and you can live the life that you want. You have that in you. But sometimes it takes some work to discover, the golden Buddha within you. But it's within all of us. So I wish you well, and I thank you for spending a few minutes with me, and we'll see you soon.